The following program is a paid advertisement for Bridgeland Auto Brokers and does not represent the views or opinion of the station.
Here's a beautiful 2020 Ford Edge Titanium. You know, it's difficult to get these 2020s.
It is indeed.
So,
1920s.
as inventory's been more and more constricted, what happens is these new car dealers, these Ford, these Chevy, these Ram dealers, they're going out trying to buy as near as they can to brand new so that they can take care of their customers. So the first segment of vehicles that have really been affected have been the late models.
Yep.
So we're still out there swinging the bat, we're still getting the job done. Here's a perfect example. 2020 again, Edge Titanium.
Yep. Titanium
meaning top of the food chain. It also means slower depreciation. And you're not gonna have a problem with that when you're buying them right.
Right out.
$35,489 is the price tag or a payment of
$539 a month with just your taxes and D&D down.
and that's not just gonna get you transportation, that's gonna get you there in style. Now, you got your black, right? We got our tuxedo black. We got our carbon out wheels. Good wheel package.
Put the line up.
You have a beautiful panoramic roof. Now, if you've never had a panoramic roof, one thing I can tell you is that it definitely gives the interior of the vehicle a completely different feel.
Much open.
It's like having a lot of windows in your house. It makes it look larger, right?
Light and airy.
You feel like you're outside. It gives you a little bit of, I don't know, just a different feel.
Especially in central New York, you want as much light as possible.
Exactly. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get your Sync 3 infotainment. So you got top-notch technology. You have every option under the sun.
Fuel efficient 2-liter turbo.
Show them that back gate too.
Well, here we
This is one
go.
of those
Watch,
ones you
no
see in the
hands.
TV commercials. No pun intended.
It's like I was doing
Handful of
that.
groceries,
No
kids
trips.
under the arms, got a stroller in one hand doing your thing. Kick that foot out. It's gonna get you right in the back seat. So not only is this a beautiful car, but we're gonna get a little bit more in detail. So let me take you to the screen and show you some of the details on this one. Okay, so now when we talk in terms of equity, which is really what matters, right? We want to, 2 years down the road, we want to make sure that when we walk back into the dealership, that we're not in a position that we owe a lot more than it's worth. So this is going to work out perfectly for you. So the best you're going to be able to do when we want to look at future value is, let's determine what this may be worth. So what we'll do is we'll take a 2-year-older one. We'll take a 2018. We'll add about 12,000 miles a year to what it currently has, and I'll appraise a 2018. So if you today owned a 2018 with mileage in the 50s, you're gonna walk in and the vehicle's worth somewhere around $25,500 wholesale, okay? Now, if you kept this for 2 years, you did the loan as structured on TV, and you drove this for 2 model years, you're gonna owe approximately $24,500. We already determined that the wholesale value up here is $25,500, so we're already in good shape with it, right? Now these are actual transactions down in here, and I'm not a big one for book values and things of that nature because, let's face it, they don't write checks for the car. But let's take actual auction transactions because that's how your vehicle is gonna be appraised when you come into the store 2 or 3 years down the road. Now, 2 years from now, we look at this vehicle, mileage in the 50s, right there in the mid-20s. So we know that we're gonna owe roughly $24,500. We know that wholesale value 2 years out approximately will be worth somewhere in those mid-20s. So you're gonna be in good shape. This is a good one. Take that to the bank. Not only do we have the colors, but wait till you see what's coming up behind it. We got a Mustang, we got that yellow Mustang, we got some cool stuff. But here's an absolutely awesome truck. It's actually the second time we've owned this one. Here's a 2017 Ram 1500. This is a sport. Now,
Sublime, which cool little factoid, one of 3,000 made.
right, 3,000 of these built. So if you're looking for something rare that's not gonna be in the driveway next door, that's gonna do it for you. the greens, the what's the other color
Oranges.
there? It's that orange.
Yep.
Those, I'm sure those are a
Got a
limited
fun
edition.
color.
So when we buy in the Canadian market, we buy outside of our normal area, we're gonna have more access to these colors. So that's why you're not gonna find them at most stores, because they don't dip into the Canadian market. They don't have access into that market. So where we come across these on a daily basis,
Yep.
if we were to buy these in the US, we might see one every 2 months. So again, a rare.
See them, snatch them up.
Exactly. So you want a nice loaded truck. It's going to have the 22-inch blacked out wheels. It's going to have your green badging on your seat to match the exterior of the truck perfectly. It's going to have your heated wheel, your power seats, your heated seats.
I want to show you, look, embroidered, lime green. Pretty cool, right?
That's cool. That is nice. So again, they're going to match the exterior of the vehicle. So the fit and finish of this Sport is awesome. So really nice, high quality, good
Sunroof.
truck. Body's
Sunroof.
absolutely spotless.
Black 20.
Got all your black badges on the hood. Got your tonneau cover.
Tonneau cover.
Again, 22-inch factory wheels. It's a hot truck. So if you're looking for something pretty, put it in your driveway. How much?
$36,989.
What did I tell you? Stop looking down. Didn't I? Can't remember your payments?
$539. I know the payment.
How
What's
much
the price point?
What's truck cost? Yeah, there you go.
$36,989.
$36,989 or a payment of $539 a month.
With just your taxes and DMV now.
Dial 315-633-7060.
Or visit us at cleancarsheep.com.
Open 7 days a week. We'll see you at the store. Here's an absolutely beautiful car. We want to talk about color. You want to talk about diversity. You want to talk about different inventory that you're not going to find at most places. Well, here's a perfect example. Take this 2018, I was about to say Ford F-150. That's a heck of an
It was
F-150.
close. Ford family.
Ford Mustang. This has the 5-liter. It's going to give you 450 horsepower. So she's not only going to sound good, it's going to feel good, and it's going to look good too. So
It's going to raise the happiness
that's
level.
really what it's all about, right? We're going out, we're spending $400, $500, $600 a month on cars, right? We want something that's going to give us that feeling, right? When we pull up to places. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what we buy it for.
Drive by the store windows. Hey, that's me.
We've all been guilty of that.
Absolutely.
This is a perfect car to do that with. So again, if you're looking for that keeper car, now when you're buying a sports car, one of the things you'll want to pay attention to is, okay, are we going to keep it for 2 years, trade out of it and get into something else? Or is it something we're going to want to keep for 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 years, hand down to somebody? You want to hand it down for your nephew, maybe your child, maybe your grandchild. Then you want to buy the one with the low mileage. You want to buy the one with the right equipment. So when we're talking resale, all that's going to be very, very important. We buy them as though we're collecting them.
Exactly.
So when I buy them, I'm always paying attention to the mileage. I want to, listen, I don't mind spending a few extra bucks on a car if it's the right color, it's got the right wheels, it's got the wing, it's got the Recaro seats, it's got 12,000 miles, it's just got everything going for it. I don't mind stepping up to a car like that, but you won't, because let's face it, it's the end of the summer, time to get rid of this boss.
Recaro seats.
Yeah,
When we were younger, 20 years ago,
yeah.
hey, I've got Recaro seats in my car. Now they come as a standard high-end feature in some of these nicer luxury sports cars.
They do. So, beautiful car, priced out at $40,990. We're definitely way under the market. So let's take them to the screen. I'm going to show them how much we are beating the market. So we not only tell you that we have aggressive pricing, but we prove it. So here is a market snapshot when it comes to this Mustang. Now, there are a few in our market, but one thing I'll show you is that at $40,990, nobody touches our price. Now, you can go up there and spend somewhere in the upper 30s, save yourself maybe $1,000 if you want the 25, the 30, the 40,000 miles. And like we talked about, if you're looking for that keeper car, you don't want to start out with that high 20s, 30, 40,000 miles, because let's face it, a collector doesn't want those mileage. So if you're looking for that higher resale value, you're going to want to pay attention to that. This car fits perfectly in that pocket, priced at $40,990. Now, when we look over here, we're going to see that this car is 12,000 miles. This right here is price, and this right here is mileage. Now, when we're right here, okay, there's nobody behind us or below us. We know that we have the best price mileage combination in our market. So again, looking for that keeper, this is where it goes. Now, back out to the car. So Jimmy, if that doesn't make sense, I don't know what does. So, exactly. Leave that bad boy home. What I always say, right?
Yeah.
Brush them, get the fanny into the store, buy it a couple $1,000s below market, buy it at a payment of $539 a month. So that's gonna look beautiful not only in your driveway, it's gonna look good in the garage all winter long. You stand there and stare at it, and it's gonna feel really good when it comes about April, May, and you got a new toy to pull out of the garage. So if you've never experienced that, this is the one to do it with. Dial 315-633-7060. We're open 7 days a week. Or
give us internet interaction.
That's right.
At cleancarscheap.com.
cleancarscheap.com. Okay, here's an absolutely beautiful ride. We just took this in on trade. Never even gonna believe the model year. Hit him with it.
2016, pristine.
Super pristine.
Yeah.
2016 Charger.
Blacktop
They say
edition.
this is an SE, but is this an SXT Plus? I can't tell.
That makes two of us.
It doesn't really make a difference.
Blacktop edition.
When it's got the blacktop 20-inch wheels on it, doesn't make a difference. Here you go. Here's an absolutely beautiful car, 22,000 miles below market average. So the average 2016 Charger within 100 miles of us, there's not many.
Especially like this.
They have over 70,000 miles. So here's a 50,000 mile car, and we're gonna get into depreciation in a minute, but let me get back at this car. 50,000 miles is 22,000 below market average. It's got the blacktop package. It's got that candy apple red. It's got the sunroof. It's got a huge interior, huge trunk, full center console.
Yep.
So if you're looking for space that's hard to find in today's cars,
It is.
you're gonna find it here. You're not only gonna find it, you're gonna do it with a little bit of,
Fortune, luxury, and flavor.
exactly. So here's a little bit of sports car under your butt while getting the job done. So if you got a family, maybe you just,
Maybe you're young and just want to have some fun.
exactly.
Something safe.
Exactly. So we took this car, not only does it look good, the whole bit, this car sells itself, the mileage sells itself. It's priced out just right at
$949.
$20,949, puts it at an easy payment.
$309 a month.
$309
taxes and DMV.
$309 a month. That's a cell phone and a couple cups of coffee. So listen, most people that walk in the door, we work deals on a daily basis, right?
Oh yes.
That's not hard to sell at
That's
$309 a month.
No, that's an easy one.
That's a lot of car for $309 a month.
You know what else is easy? Making a decision when you're a couple grand back a book.
Exactly. So not only you back a book, now let's talk about the equity. I'm going to get into that screen. Let me show you about why this makes all the sense in the world. Come follow me. How's that for Hot Wheels right there? So if you're looking for that nearly muscle car, but you got a whole pack of kids, well, you're going to fit them all in the back seat and you're going to feel good doing that. But let's not talk about how it feels. Let's talk about how it feels to your wallet. So first of all, let me get back to that, the pedigree there. One owner, South Carolina vehicle. Now, when it comes to depreciation, this is where this thing's really cool. So we look here. Now, if you're the person that buys it brand new, obviously you take a nice hit of depreciation. The good news is that when we get between year 2 and 3, this thing completely flatlines. So it doesn't really lose any of its value between year 2 and 3. Crazy, right? We get from year 3 to 4, then we start picking up speed again with depreciation. So you're not gonna do that. You're gonna buy this for 2, maybe 3 years, right? You're gonna drive 12 to 15,000 miles a year and you're gonna wanna walk back in the door. Well, you're gonna be able to benefit from this depreciation right in here. And that's about as flat as she gets. So if you want something that's gonna, again, feel good and not gonna cost you a ton in depreciation, this has definitely got it. This proof is in the pudding. So let's go back over to this side as well. Now we're gonna talk about amortization. What am I gonna owe in the vehicle in 2 years, 3 years? So right now we're talking September 2021. So let's go over to September 2023. We're gonna owe $23,000. Now, based on auction transactions, we're gonna show that this vehicle should be worth somewhere in those mid-20s. That being said, you'll be in a good equitable position. You're driving a super nice clean car. You're already starting out with that Southern car that's never seen snow. And you're gonna have a lack of depreciation. So let that be somebody else's problem. Let's get out there and finish up on this car. Now, if that doesn't make sense,
know.
Finnegan,
Nothing will.
take your brains off, leave them at home, open 7 days a week, get up, brush your teeth, get into the store, pushing that breath on everybody, clean your teeth a little bit, come on in, we're gonna be able to work that car deal for you 7 days a week. We have management on staff. God, I'm here 6 days a week myself. So
7.
if you're looking for that different approach, you're not gonna get with the corporate stores. You walk into corporate stores, you're gonna get corporate. After the sale, you're getting corporate. So if you're looking for a relationship, you wanna place that. If you have an issue with the car, 2, 3, 4 months down the road, somebody's gonna stand behind it. Well, hello, this is the place right here. These large corporate stores that you're starting to see come into town, they don't do that. There's no service after the sale, folks. So
Wait, let me just say there's no service, like literally no service.
literally no
No
service
service.
department, literally.
So hey, what happens if something goes wrong with my car?
Dial 1-800, that's what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna stop at that.
Stop
I
at
think
that.
we're gonna, yeah.
So if you're looking for service, you're looking to buy from human beings and people, here you go, Bridgeland Auto Brokers. Lost for words?
Yes.
Dial 315-633-7060. We'll see you at the store. Okay, it's truck time, right? Here's a beautiful truck that you're not gonna find anywhere. There's absolutely none of those around.
Rare.
Super rare.
This is part of the reserve.
This is,
The Platinum Reserve.
you broke out the reserves on this one. It's like breaking out an old bottle of wine, right? This is the reserve right here. So a 2017 Nissan Titan Platinum Reserve. Now, this is as high as they get up on that food chain when it comes to Nissan Titan.
This would be like GMC Denali or a Lariat or something along those lines.
Without the price tag.
Exactly.
So the nice thing with the Nissan is if you get behind the wheel of this, you're gonna love the interior. You're gonna have two-tone black on brown leather seats. Now Jim, he loves it in the brown.
I do. Listen, the color combo of the blue and the gray and the brown and the black. Listen, I just asked Rob, I said, put your cushion on that cushion. Would you do it for us at home, for your viewers
I
at
will.
home? They tell us the foot. Now listen, listen, this comes from a luxury lineup, Infinity. These are the same types. This is the same type of platform and the supple leathers that you'll find in the QX80s.
Yep.
The big body Infinities.
Yep.
Very similar. When you get into the Platinum Reserve, when you get inside, it's laid out very similarly. And the technology as well. Heated and cooled seats, the 360 viewing camera, so when you're backing up or parallel parking and so forth, it's a beautiful truck, and it's got the big V8.
Right, so let's talk about bloodlines. This is a clean Carfax, one owner truck. So I don't know where it was purchased, but she is a beauty.
She is, and she was well taken care of.
Yep, so it's got all the options, got the leathers, got the blue pearl two-tone with the silver on the bottom. Well, it's not silver, but it's a gray, like a gunmetal gray. It's got your smoked alloy wheels, so those are beautiful.
Black chrome, they call it.
Not quite, that's what it is, the black chrome. So it's got black chrome wheels, so if you like that darker wheel, it's gonna be a little bit different of a spin-off.
This is a truly rare truck. I mean, truly, truly rare.
You come from Nissan yourself,
I did.
so you know that product, and you know what these
If
are.
you could find them.
These are probably brand new in 60,000-ish,
All day long.
would you say?
And this
So you're-
came, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, you're buying this nearly half of new?
Yep.
Is that about right? So,
Absolutely.
$37,989 or a payment of $559 a month. So if you're looking for a beautiful truck. Now, $37,000 is really what $32,000 was a year and a half ago.
Right.
Now, the difference is if you're on the other side of that screen going, I'm waiting for the market to shift. Well,
Good luck.
don't bother, because you're not gonna have, the car gods aren't gonna drop 2 million cars out of the sky in one day and all of a sudden the car market flips. It's not gonna happen like that. So if you're waiting for that glow of a moment, don't bother waiting anymore. Right now the market's already dropped. Dealers have already adjusted their pricing. So now's the time to buy. Get it before the fall market. Now, we're gonna see another price increase. So typically when you get into that September, October, your dealers start beefing up their four-wheel drive stock because it's when
You know
they
what
sell.
hasn't happened?
What's that?
The chip. That's what hasn't happened. So you ever drive through some of the new car lots? Unfortunately, they have a very strong disadvantage because they can't get inventory.
Yep.
Whereas us, we've thought in advance and we have buyers north to the south. So
Yep.
one of the things is you'll find here is we're proactive about it. We're digging and digging 24/7 pretty much.
Yep. So
Finding
let
unique pieces like
me
this.
throw the cherry on top on this one right now. 5-year, 100,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty from the factory. So this truck is a 2017 with 63,000 miles on it that still has bumper-to-bumper factory warranty.
Right.
So you still have over 30,000 miles. I'm not sure time-wise, I think somewhere in the neighborhood of a year, but you got that 30,000 miles of factory coverage. So when do you walk into a dealership and buy a 2017 truck in the mid-30s and walk out with some factory warranty? You don't. So if you're looking for a beautiful truck, not only does it have the look, it's got the warranty, it's got the options, it's got the price tag too. $37,989 or
$559 a month with only your taxes and DMV down.
Don't have it? Don't worry about it. Come on in, we're gonna be able to fix that for you. Dial 315-633-7060. Maybe you have credit issues, maybe you have a trade that you owe too much on. You need a little help? Well, that's what we do. There's a reason we sell so many vehicles out in Bridgeport, New York. Again, can I say it again?
Say it again.
Dial 315-633-7060. We'll see you at the store. Here's a here he goes with his dance moves again. 2016 Chevy Trax LT. This is the Midnight Edition. So if you're looking for something fully loaded, you want something a little bit different from the other ones around.
A little bit different with only
28,000 miles.
Which is equivalent of how many miles here roughly? About 5,500?
Probably. Well, put it like this. You figure the average, this is over 40,000 miles below market average. So the average one in our market has 69,000 miles. So when we do our research, we look within 100 miles of us, right? And we want to know, we want to compare against everybody. Well, there's no comparison when it comes to this one because nobody I don't care where you are in the US, they don't have one of these with mileage in the 20s.
You call this an outlier.
50, 60, 70,000 miles, right? This is considered an outlier.
Yep. And it's got leather and a sunroof and the Midnight Edition. It's classy.
Right.
Listen, for $269 a month,
Yeah.
which is the equivalent of roughly a cable bill nowadays, or a satellite bill, or some type of media bill.
I pay about that for my cable, my internet.
Listen, or a low price of $17,989.
Now, the best part about this one is depreciation. You're gonna be able to get into this, drive 12, 15,000 miles a year. You can put a few extra miles on this. So if you're a higher mileage driver, you're gonna be able to afford to put a few extra miles on this because the owner previous to you didn't put anywhere near what they needed to put on it, so they left you a lot of meat on the bone. So you're gonna be able to put a few extra miles on this, and you're gonna be able to drive it for a couple of years and only lose somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 in depreciation. So for an average of $2,200 to $2,500 per year, you can drive that. Now think about that on a lease. If somebody went out to lease with a couple $1,000s down, could they buy an SUV, all-wheel drive, all that equipment for a couple $100 a month? You couldn't do it. So this, you're gonna be able to get behind the wheel, you're gonna be able to walk back in 2 years, 3 years if you want to, hand the keys back in and be in great shape. Now let's go over to the equity table and let me show you what this is all about. So when we look at that Chevy Trax, fully loaded, beautiful ride, nice little mileage, 28,000 miles, well, how does that line up at depreciation? How does that line up when I walk back in the dealership in 2 years or 3 years, and this is my trade? Because this is the second half of your next car deal. So if you want to shop smart, we want to pay attention to what that vehicle is going to look like under your fanny 2 and 3 years from now when you're sitting on the other side of my desk. We want to know, am I going to be in good shape? Am I going to own more than it's worth? Am I going to have a little bit of equity to put down on my next car? Well, let's take a look at this. So every car has what we call depreciation, right? And every car has a depreciation scale. Some cars lose a lot in the beginning, which most vehicles do. So if we look here, right in the beginning of this vehicle, in its first 2 years, has a real heavy slope. But as we get down into the vehicle in year 3, 4, 5, and 6, we're starting to notice that decline is a little bit more gradual. So you're going to be able to take this car and depreciate it somewhere around 5% per model year. So if you drove it for a couple of years, you can anticipate the depreciation being somewhere around 10 or 11%. Now, in my book, and I look at this stuff every day, 6 to 8% is a normal annual depreciation. 10% is a little on the high side. So when you're finding those vehicles, man, I just gotta have it. It's a sports car, it's that truck, it's that one I have to have. And expect on a not so much of a conservative side for the vehicle to depreciate around 10%. Well, this is gonna be half that. So 5% depreciation a year is about what you can expect here. Again, put you in great position for future equity. The mileage has a lot to do with that. So let's get back at that car. So Jimmy, if that didn't make
amazing.
Exactly, that's amazing. So visit us today, cleancarscheap.com. We're open 7 days a week. You've been at the stick a lot lately, so
Yeah. Listen, just today alone, we did 9 deals.
Exactly. So we're selling cars. The market's dropped a little bit. Take advantage of the prices. We've adjusted our pricing. Now's the time
boy,
to do
have
it.
we.
Get it before they go back up. So when we get into that fall market, they're going to go back up a little bit. We've been buying. We're stocking up on purpose. Visit today, cleancarscheap.com. With 28,000 miles.
Only 28,000 miles. 7,000 miles a year. Rob, where do they go? To the grocery store and back?
Where do they get them? Ready?
Oh, what do you got in your pocket? Fireworks.
Can you do it if I go?
Bop, 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 bop. Vicariously through his alter ego, through TV and digital creativity, I am Firework Man.
2016 Chevy Trax LT midnight.
Look at this is a hot deal. They're coming for it. Woo! Here it is. Only 28,000 miles. That's 5,500 miles a year.
Exactly. So 28,000 miles is going to pull it fully.
Still after it.
They want this thing real
Leather,
bad. You're putting the fire out.
sunroof, blacked out wheels.
15,000 miles a year, right? You want to keep the vehicle for 2, say maybe 3 years, right? Everybody said, there you go. There you go. That's TV quality right there. Come on, start over.
Listen, do you realize how many bugs are flying around? Here we have TV quality bugs. It's no different than the large $5,000 touchscreen display.
Here's another one. Here's another. Listen, hang on. We definitely got some good inventory in this show.
It's sublime, dude.
100%. Not good one. Let's go.
What is it called? The Black Edition?
Midnight. Okay, here's a beauty.
After midnight. Okay.
This is. Okay. Here,
Listen, when you pull up to your date's house, you say, yeah. When I pull up in my Trax, it's not just a Trax, it's an LTZ Black Edition.
The following program is a paid advertisement for Bridgeland Auto Brokers and does not represent the views or opinion of the station.